G'day and welcome back to Pillars of Ranternity. Here's a quick highlight of the first floor of the Endless Paths. Then we're going to head back to the town we came from and do one of the dungeons there, because now we've got things happening back at our keep. I'm fine with, leaving the main quest for a while. Nope. Can you... Ooh, you are not in great shape. Oh, he fell over. That's gonna hurt. Well, that was less than ideal. Good start. Stone Beetle, new enemy type. That's Aleph. Okay. So this reads as a shield to me. That explains why Aleph keeps getting himself into trouble. Because I'm getting him into trouble.
Hey.
This guy is big and tough, isn't he? This is kind of an important lesson in readability. So we'll just kind of go around this side. Backing up. That is not what I expected to see. Endurance. Can we do this? Yep. Okay, Kana. We're gonna have to do what you can here. Ooh, you're a little bit not in great shape. Here, if we do this. Yep.
Yes.
Okay, now, if you just attack the spiderlings briefly. Okay, there we go. That's gonna reduce your being flanked. Durance, can you heal up him? And Idir. No, wrong one. Magic hands.
What? Hey.
And everyone else, can you again cripple
Just say the word.
Spider Queen? Can you attack the Spider Queen? And can you actually, why not do this? Yep, fantastic. Everyone, murder the Spider Queen.
Hey.
Alrighty, there we go. Oof. Okay, that could have gone better. Look at that stiletto. 11 to 16, draining, damaging. Udric, it's a unique stiletto. Udric once belonged to a prominent military instructor in the capital city of Idir. The instructor was a cipher whose gifts were seldom used by his empire, and he grew frustrated at his superior's inability to see the potential of ciphers to perform key missions that no other force would be capable of. He began making his opinion known, and over time the opinion became more subversive and radical, until at last his unsanctioned activities got him charged with treason. The officer and crew that came to detain him, however, underestimated him as much as the Empire had, and with only this blade and the talents of his mind, he slew his would-be captors. He fled the city and embarked on a life as a duelist, obsessed with proving his potential to any who would question it. His life ended in the manner that the lives of duelists typically do, and the potential that he often spoke of would remain just that. The knife still bears his psychic imprint, and the wielder will often get flashes of the maneuvers the original owner performed in order to deliver the killing blow to his opponent. Some regard this as a curse, but many find value in it, and use such experiences to better realize the knife's potential. Were it not for the evidence of heavy use about its handle and pommel, Udric would seem new, its cutting edge perfectly beveled and honed without a single nick along its edge. Cool. I'll take it. Kana, you should swap to your gun. Endurance, you should swap to your staff. Oh, we got a pet spider. Here's the way up. You got a cool little hand in the dark. This is where it leads. And we can see this cool little hand, which is really awesome. And you can also see that we now get a map, and we get that hand is visible there. We've got a little bit left.
Can do.
That is still awesome. Oh, holy crap! Flat out murdered. This is why I play sneaky characters. Okay. You knock this fella over. Knock him over. Knock him over. Everyone murder him. The archivist does so much damage. In this party, everyone sneaks wood beetle as opposed to stone beetle. This is where we cripple the beetle.
I'm on it.
Yes.
And I think that is the floor. There we go.
Yes.
In general,
Yeah.
a successful foray into the caves. And obviously, there's stuff we can do further down, but we ain't doing it yet. We're gonna head up.
You must gather your party before venturing forth.
And instead, we are going to head back to the town we were in. There's a quest that we completely skipped. There's a couple of quests we skipped, actually, and I would like to do them. I like doing as many quests as I can when I play RPGs. At some point, I'm gonna need to sleep. We have the Barbican is still going. We've almost got enough to do the main keep, right? We're missing 3 gold, and that was really what I wanted to do.
You must gather your...
We can also look at the other parts of this area, and I think we could have fought in some of them, but as I recall the very first time I played through this section, this felt surprisingly empty, and that's because it'll have relevance when we own more things. So the main keep will be the next thing we buy. Okay, next we need to leave. If we leave going this way, do
You
we
must gather your
unlock
party
that
before
area?
venturing
Oh,
forth.
we got 50 XP for visiting the library. Sure. Alright, let's talk
That
to...
old watcher. I don't know what I expected, but it sure wasn't that.
You said you had some things you wanted to ask him.
It's kind of embarrassing now. I just got a dumb idea in my head is all. Don't know why I thought it'd work. It's funny. That's probably the first thing I got my hopes up for in, I don't know, years. At least I got that out of it.
No need to be embarrassed. I won't judge.
All right.
Loudly.
Fair is fair, and you did bring me to see him. Those rumors back in Gilded Vale about my brother, Woden, about how he turned against us and fought for Widewind, been on my mind for some time now. The thing about Woden was, he always knew what was right, and that's what he'd do. One day he set out to fight for Deerwood against a man claiming to be our god. So I knew that's what I had to do too. It was right. Hearing claims that he died fighting for Rhea Saris, that got me worried. Not that he'd chosen the wrong side, but that I had. Didn't seem right what Widewind had in store, but if he really was Aethys,
He shakes his head.
I thought maybe this old watcher would know how my brother died, so I could see if it was true. Like he could, I don't know, read it in my soul or something. Use our connection.
You
Told
could
you
be
it was dumb.
such a jerk. Why didn't you ask me for help? I don't know. Guess because I didn't know you. It's hard to trust a stranger that says she's a watcher.
Of course, I knew the truth deep down. A watcher's not psychic. I think
Missing,
I just had this idea, and the
quotes
idea
there?
made me feel a certain way, and I didn't want to lose that.
Really, if I wanted to find out about my brother, I shouldn't be starting with the watchers. I should be starting with records. So why don't you? Idiot thinks a moment, and his lips twisted to one side. He raises his eyebrows. If there's anything written down about it, they'd have it in Defiance Bay. They got an archive at the palace.
You've done a lot for me already, but if you could see fit to pay that archive a visit with me, well, you know. Knowing my luck, the records clerk will go crazy and try to kill me. I'd feel better with you in there with me.
Maybe that's just a stylistic thing. But yeah, alright, I mean, yeah, so there is
Just
that
say the
character's
word.
quest.
Scholar lot.
I beg your pardon?
Nothing. I said nothing.
Yep, okay. We go out. Hey. Yeah, I know. So, Okay, so now we can head down to there. That said, didn't want to do that. I wanted to head back to the Gilded Vale. Finish that quest. A day's travel. If we get paid... Oh, we can sell a bunch of our junk, actually, in the Gilded Vale, once we talk to the smith. And that gets us paid. And that gets us enough money to build a keep. And that, you know, is something I want to do. So let's do it. I don't care that it's nighttime. Clearly no one ever goes to bed around here. So we just head in. The load times are so much better on this SSD than on my old hard drive. Okay, here we go.
Hello.
Hand over the crate. I found that shipment you were waiting on. Tautano reaches out to take the crate, raising it effortlessly onto the counter. His face splits in a broad smile. Why, so you have. This is excellent news. We can finally get back to work and show you what real Black Hammer quality is like. None of those flimsy little swords. Okay, so we got about 1,000 experience, which, yeah, nice. Here, I'll give you a taste. He ducks behind the counter and raises with big wooden shield in hand. Might not have had much luck in the way of materials to work with, but it's still Black Hammer craftsmanship. You go on and take that. Lot of door added to the inventory. And here, some coin for your troubles, too. Did you find anyone with the wagon? Bandits overtook the wagon. I doubt your people survived. Tautano shakes his head, running a hand over his bull pet. Poor fools. I always told them to hire some guards instead of palming the extra coin. I'll have to hire on some more hands. Don't suppose you want to settle in Gilded Vale and try some delivery work? He smiles thinly. You have my thanks for your assistance, friend. Give me some time to work the forge and you'll have your pick of the next round of weapons. Alright, now, next thing to do.
Well met, friend.
I'd like to see your wares. And I'd like to... So yeah, his selection has definitely expanded, and here's the larder door. This shield appears to be once quite literally comprised the front of a larder. It still has the pull ring and the metal crossbands reinforcing its structure, giving it considerable heft when swung at an opponent. Despite its humble origins, the nicks and gouges on the shield surface suggest it's seen more than a few battles in its time, and provided a sturdy defense. Though it leaves a harrowing prospect, there may be a larder lying somewhere undefended. So I'm going to give that to a deer. It seems reasonable. Yellow means it is, unique. What we're now going to do is we're going to sell some things. Oh, and there's like a retrain function. Awesome. So, don't want, nope. Nah. We'll keep one crossbow. Keep one poleaxe. Won't keep the dagger. Keep the battle axe. Keep the mace. And, you know what? We'll keep that spear. We got that as part of a quest. We'll sell much of the leather armor. We'll sell the scale armor. Got mail armor. That could be useful to keep. But yeah. Cool. What else? We're going to try and keep basically one of every hat and cloak. And we got 2 duelist hats. And then we can sell some of this. Most of it's not worth much, if anything. So let's just keep it. And yeah, no, we'll do that. We'll just keep it. We can sell what? Pry bar. Most of these seem like they'll be useful, or, they're just kind of neat to have. I'm going to keep the pets. Even though you have one pet slot, you can't give pets to other characters. There will be no Sir Pounce-a-Lot in this game. Is there anything that can be done with these stones, or are they just basically things that you can sell? It says ingredients, which implies that we can totally use them for stuff. So that also implies I'm not going to sell them. Alright, so the first thing to do is to have a look at this stuff. Decide if I did want to try and get any. Like this could be neat, but not going to do it. In that I don't have the money to spend. Yep, so I'll trade in all this stuff. We've got some cash. It means that we can continue to upgrade things. And then, with that done, we will go and start the dungeon that we skipped here. Which is this old temple in the middle of town. Oh, also this. Hold, madam, but a moment. A hooded man waits upon the road. Clad in a green cloak, he strides forward to meet you as you approach, and at a closer distance his features are revealed for those of a younger man, though lined with weariness. He appears to be favouring his left leg as he walks, and there is a dark stain upon the fabric of his trousers under the knee. Even so, he greets you with a polite bow. I imagined Tautanu was very grateful for the return of his supplies. He is a good smith, a good man at that, beholden to a cruel master, but a good man. Gilded Vale is full of such people, people who deserve better than to watch their home descend into fear and madness. He turns to look out over the village. I aim to save them, and I'd ask for your help in doing so. Who are you? Only a man determined to see Gilded Vale restored to its former glory. There was a time, stranger, when Gilded Vale was worthy of its name. The wheat shone like gold on the hills, and the village's people lived well. I don't know about the golden crops, but there are less flies anyway. And what has become of it now? Whatever has caused the blight upon our lands, it is not the fault of its people. Raedric looks to punish us for crimes we have not committed, and in turn he is blind to his own. I am not, and he will pay for what he's done. I, Kolsch, swear it by the flame. Like many tyrants, he has surrounded himself with stronger men and women for the fear of retribution. He smiles thinly, and so you are warned. If you would press on despite that, however, I wonder if we may not help each other. What is it? Lie, of course. I'm a very helpful person. What is it you want me to do? Man nods, standing a little straighter. It is a grim task I ask of you. But I assure you, there's no other option. Lord Raedric must be stopped. Too long has Gilded Vale suffered under Raedric's madness. Radric, that was the way they pronounce it, Radric. He would cure Waidwen's legacy by ensuring there are none alive in the village to be afflicted. I fear his own wife, Ygritte, may be at risk. The man has no mercy in him. We have not stood idle. My people and I have breached the defences, intent on ending Radric's rule himself. We entered through the sewers, under cover of night, but we were routed. His face darkens. There are dark creatures down there in the dungeons. The work of Radric's animancer. It falls to you. Lord Radric has called for further reinforcements, and soon there will be no stopping him. Our time grows short, and in this hour I must beg assistance where I can. He's going to owe us more than some rubble-strewn plot of land after this. Fling him from the ramparts, or else cut his head from his shoulders. I care not. Once his throne lies empty, Gilded Vale will have the stewardship it deserves. I'll find Radric and deal with him. Then I commend you on your courage, and thank you for your assistance. But I will not send you onward without due warning. Radric's cold is crawling with soldiers and sellswords, all loyal to Radric. They will not take kindly to intruders. In truth, they will be all the more alert for our failed efforts. A frontal assault would be unwise. If you would brave it, you could follow our steps and seek out the entrance of the sewers at the eastern edge of the moat. But several of my men were captured, and maybe the entrance is found and sealed anew. Those men were under my command. I will be in your debt if you found some means of helping them. Once you make it inside, seek my old friend Nedmar. He is a high priest of Baratheon, now that the Shining God has fallen. A good man in difficult circumstances. He will listen to reason. Durance chortles, nearly choking on his own disdain. Shining God. He never shone so brightly as when the bomb took him. The moniker is obsolete now. Ash does not shine. It's like if someone was to call you the attractive priest, Durance. Nedmar can help you reach Radric, but he resides in the upper level of Radric's hold, protected by guards and mercenaries. You'll have to keep to the shadows if you mean to reach him without alarming the entire keep. Thank you for the advice. I will make good use of it. I consider blessing from the gods that I found someone that understands honor and duty. Raj's hold lies past Estonwood, not far to the east. May Magran grant you victory, friend. I wish you luck. So, new quest. I had forgotten how you got that quest. So, that quest, if we look at the global map, is up here, basically. And so, we're actually going to do these quests. We're going to find that Madmer Bridge is out, which is why we couldn't use it, and we actually had to go through Cadnua. But the first thing is we're going to do what I said we would do. We're going to go over here, and we are going to go underground. No, not him. I know that there's someone that we want to talk to, but I don't want to talk to a backer NPC. I appreciate that they have hundreds of people that they promised they would do stuff with. But it's just nothing interesting was accomplished by what they did. Ellis seems lost in thought. He flinches when you draw near, sucking a sharp breath through his teeth.
What can I do for you?
Are you alright?
Of course. Merely processing some of the unusual things we've seen lately. And if Meerwald is to be believed, it would seem you've an uncertain future ahead.
I don't know what to think.
Defiance Bay holds the answers we need.
I want to discuss something else. Tell me about Adir. I've been gone for more than a year now, but I suspect that I'll always think of the forests and fields of Adir as home, with thousands of years of history and tradition behind us, and there's a sense of dignity and responsibility that comes with that. Of course, there's baggage as well. Our imperial past is still fresh in the minds of many, as you may have noticed here. Has it been difficult to adjust to the Deerwood? People here are informal, hot-blooded. His mouth twists into a wry smirk, more attentive to insult than to duty. But as long as one avoids provocation, it's easy enough to get along. He steeples his fingers. I've grown accustomed to keeping my thoughts to myself anyway. How long were you in Gilded Vale? Not much longer than you. As you saw, it was hardly the haven that has been advertised. Alright.
I haven't been in here for...
A man lies resting against the wall, lit by the dim illumination of the fading sconces. He has a gaunt, fox-like aspect, and his face is pale and damp with sweat. One arm is held loosely against his side, sleeve soaked with blood. He gives you an anxious glance as you near, his features twisted with pain. Have a care if you mean to go in. He casts a quick look around the doorway to his left. This place is not so empty as I thought. He angles up to look at Adir. Paying your respects to the Earthasian. He manages a pain grin. A little risky, isn't it? Think what the townsfolk would say. Safer down here than up there, even with the rats as big as they are. A faint edge of hostility belies Adir's playful tone. This temple isn't what it used to be. Probably for the best, times being as they are. He groans and shifts position, wincing. I'm no looter, if that's what you're thinking. Not one of his types either. Whitton jerks his chin towards Adir. I just wanted to do some good, I suppose. Got my arm clawed up for it. He regards you wearily. Maybe you'd have better luck. What happened to you? I was trying to avoid the spiders. Ran into a skulder. Might have been a little better for me if the beast hadn't knocked the sword out of my hand. Good blade too. Probably still lying there in the dust. But I'm not, so that's alright. Not a bad wound, I think. Just hurts. I could go get your sword for you. That's kind of you, but there's no need. It wasn't doing me any good. You're welcome to it, though, if you find it. And more, if you help me get something more important. With the arm like this, I could use your help. The ruins around us used to be a temple of Eothas, the scattered god. A grand temple at that. His worshippers would come from all over Deerwood. From Ranternity even. Not so much from Ranneko these days. Until the war, of course. Even then you'd get some of the stubborn ones, the ones who couldn't get it through their heads that their god was dead and gone. Did Lord Redrick allowed them to worship? Lord Redrick would clear out the place from time to time, make arrests. It wasn't until the legacy started that he started losing patience. He sent guards in to put the priests to the sword, bring the place down, burn some of the books, and that was that. He looks away. What's the legacy? No, we already know that. That's the kids being born without souls. Go on. Once the legacy started, Lord Radric decided he'd been too lenient on the Eothasians. He had his people go in and put them to the sword, left them down there, buried under a heap of rock. After that, Lord Radric ordered the temple sealed. It's been years like that, up until recently. Lord Radric hopes that if we rededicate the temple to a living god, then we'll be forgiven, and the legacy will end, see? He smiles wryly. But until then, the temple is as you see it, unguarded. That's where you come in. Those priests, maybe they didn't have a lick of sense between them, but they still didn't deserve to go like that. Chopped down in their god's house. Doesn't sit right with me. If we can get down there, find their remains, maybe we can finally give them proper burial. No small task, but there's coin in it for you if you need motivating. Pleasant surprise to see someone around here has a shred of respect for the dead. Wait, you want me to bring you some skeletons? Bury them where they are if I could. I know it's a little macabre, but if we don't get them now, Radric's liable to destroy what's left of them. I got some questions first. Why can't you do this yourself? I tried, but only got a short way before I got in over my head. Haven't raised a blade in a long time. It turns out it's not just something you can get back yourself. Would Radric be angry? Don't tell him about it. It'll be fine. Who are you, anyway? Name's Witten. I lived in Gilded Vale long enough to remember how grand it used to be. Used to help the temple sometimes. Bring supplies. That's it. I have no more questions. What do you say? Take it you aren't supposed to be in here. Well, I meant to be in and out nice and quick. I'm not hurting anyone. It's just Lord Radric's forbidden anyone to have anything to do with the scattered god. It'd be a little harder to explain to him than you. It's a good cause, though, isn't it? And you could make some coin in the process. I'll find him. And by the flame, I owe you a good time. But listen, the temple's been still for so long it's crawling with creatures. But if you get past them, the priests would have been down on the lower floor. They'll still be there if they're anywhere. Those priests had all kinds of secret chambers, switches in the wall, tricks, sconces, that kind of thing. Keep an eye out and take care down there. Wouldn't want to have to send someone else after your remains. I'll remain here by the stairs and keep a lookout. Maybe try to patch myself up some. Okay, so this is the dungeon that we skipped. It's pretty useful to do. But, I mean, what we're basically waiting for is news that the the restoration's finished. And that's going to be done in 19 hours.
Margaret's fire cast light.
And I went to the keep because basically might as well use the time where it's available. Hello. That is a will-o'-the-wisp. Imagine if someone were to cripple it.
Just say the word.
By shooting it with stuff.
I'm on it.
Yes. That's totally not viable long term, but I love it. That looks like a person should be there. Ah, that's because there kind of was a person there.
Just say the word.
The parchment is worn and tattered and ink upon it faded. In this time of hardship, we must have just as much faith in ourselves. Okay, cool.
Just say the word. Just say the
no.
Word.
Pop 'em.
Leave it to me.
That's it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Take that, spider face. Spider face, spider face.
I'll go on ahead.
Get shot in, it's spider face.
Not a problem. You'd better run! Just say the word.
Red-brown smears that flake away under the toe of your boot.
Found it!
Oh, sweet. The nearby crystals light the cracked mosaic floor in shades of orange, and at certain angles the metallic symbol beneath your feet gleams gold. As you look on, the air shimmers as if with summer heat. The very dust and air seem to pull together until a thin glowing mist appears before you. In its rippling gleam, you sometimes think you can see the shape of a man, features rendered in broad strokes of air and smoke. Is anyone else seeing this? Your voice sparks movement. The spirit surges with sudden blazing light, and the next moment you're somewhere else, your mind assailed with a sudden wave of fear and noise. You're in the chapter hall. Priests and faithful have gathered in a great crowd spilling into the hall. Bodies press against you, surging forward to listen. Your own grief is mirrored in the face around you. Some of the initiates are weeping. Someone has snuffed the candle, and the room is dark save for the podium. Lit from behind, 2 people stand before it, lit in silhouette. A man is shouting, voice so ragged with fear you cannot understand what he says. But the rectrix stands calm and unmoved. Her strength will see you through all through these dark times. You feel that hope like a spark behind your ribs. Somewhere behind you, someone begins to sing. The spirit tears itself from you with a sudden dizzying force, and you find yourself back before the ruined altar, swaying. The spirit fades as suddenly as it appears. I'll take it. And that will be... Oh wow. Face of the searchers have most of its features struck off, along with portions of its hands. So that would be vengeance against the Aothis.
Just say the word.
Indeed.
Just say the word.
How may I help?
Hello, that would be a Skulder. I love it so much. You guys murder this one, and I will pop it as soon as I'm finished. There we go.
Yeah.
Probably should have a session where we just like go through some of the other descriptions of things. But this is a very sustainable work method. There's something down there.
Just say the word.
Monsters of the Dreadfire Archipelago. Life and Discoveries of the Pandgrim. Within Ruins. Eternal Life, etc. These are all things that are interesting, but not what we'll go into right now. A nice sword, sure. Choose Grace, I am right to implore. Okay, yeah. Don't think that letter would have really helped. Get ourselves a coin, press scrolls.
Yeah. Wonder what this is.
Whoa, that is tiny. So we got a key, we got the Rector's letter. I understand your concern, Sister Nedra, but we're safest within the temple. What wrong have we done? Lord Radric would not risk his position by harming us when we brought so much prosperity to the village. Weirton pretends at alarm. He knows full well that these are empty threats meant to frighten us into departing our home. Are we to abandon Gilded Vale to heretics? Weirton too will play his part when the time comes. Our temple will stand long after Lord Radric's hold is but gravel and memory. Yeah, about that. I don't think you're right, unfortunately.
I'll have this open in no time. As promised.
Open in a jiffy. The Great Western Stag and the Book of Verses. So this is probably going to be useful. I'm going to put it in my inventory just so it's easy to find, and this is probably less useful. So yeah, although maybe not actually. They're both Eosian teachings.
Just
and
say the word.
As video games have taught me, and the fact that I played through this before, has taught me puzzles often will be based on the religious writings if you're in a religious building. Alright, so you pop him.
Just say the word. I'm on it. Just say the word. Just say the word.
Can't re-stealth while
I'll
you're
see
in
what I can
combat.
find.
Hello.
Yes?
Ah, yes. Speedy
I'm just
combat
too good.
is great.
It's a curse.
Well, to be
Yes.
fair, I guess
say the word.
that is not entirely wrong.
Flame and sound. We'll keep to ourselves.
Okay, this is bigger than I thought it was. Oh, we can hear water.
Found it.
Oh, hello. Got ourselves a trap. And a disengagement bonus. Sure, I'm gonna give that to you. Because I don't think you've got anything else. And there we go.
Leave it to me.
Oh, whoop, whoop.
Just say the word. Not a problem.
Leeft als Vilak believe.
Ah, pathing is always a problem. Ah, that is an actual Skulder. We don't actually know enough about them to say what we're meant to do.
Vilak believe.
Death to our enemies! Yeah?
I got two-handed weapons, and then I promptly do nothing with it. A haze fills the air, coalescing steadily into a blur of dust and mist. It gathers into the outline of what appears to be a dwarf, a shimmering echo that fades in and out of sight. But stronger than sight is the sense within you of a powerful energy. It roils and seethes with a grief that seems to spill into your own thoughts, tainting them until the sorrow is your own. Like a crashing wave, the energy surges towards and into you, and suddenly you're elsewhere. Before you is a brightly lit stone corridor lined with torches and gleaming crystals. You're running, your footsteps echoing off the stone around you. You forgot to tie your sandals and they're slipping from your feet, fouling your steps. You're late again. The right's going to begin without you. You hear the tolling of a bell, and your spirits lift as you recognize a familiar warped tone of the right hand, representing the first of the dawn stars to appear in the night sky, and the last to fade in the dawn light. You pray fiercely that this is the first of the chimes and not the last. Okay. Buried secrets. So, when it says addendum, where would that be? Visions, journal, biography, encyclopedia, notes. Maybe, nope. Locations? No. Tips? No. Law? Deities? Oh, right, so we can actually look up Wodica. Depicted as an old noblewoman bearing a broken crown on her head, said to have once been the ruler of the gods and been overthrown. Nope. Fragments of the shattered. So, where's the addendum? Like, what's...
I'll go on ahead.
What does that even mean? You can't just throw things out and not tell us what they mean. You jerks. Okay. So I think there's a puzzle here, which is... Yeah. Wait, no, examine the bells. So the 3 bells hang. They appear to be fully intact, made of thick iron. Doesn't seem to be much out of the ordinary about them. So then, if we go and look at our book of verses, right hand, and then anything else? Okay. And then left, middle. Yep. Strange hush. So loud that you're compelled. Okay. So, I mean, I know that we're meant to do the right first, but I don't know what else. I think that ultimately that's the puzzle we're meant to do, to go downstairs. I think we short-circuited it, or rather found an alternate solution by just actually getting
I shall be discreet.
the getting the key. Okay, so I guess we need to go up to here if we want to look at what's down there. And we do, because I'm curious. Oh. Hello.
That's it!
Can do.
I mean, I don't know why that doesn't draw attention from other rooms.
Hello?
Because Initiate's note. Visit a temple, struck... Okay. Struck the largest bell first. Yeah, so... this talks about getting the second bell. The largest bell has to be struck second. Cool. Okay. Yeah, okay. So you've just got clues all over the place to assemble that. Or you can find the stash with the key and unlock the door.
Just say the word. Leave it to me. Just say the word. I'll go on ahead.
I shall deal with this one.
There we go.
Just say the word.
Individual small foes die very quickly for some bizarre reason.
Wonder what this is.
Excellent. We'll get that on the way through. Oh. Or we'll just, you know, have an alternate path through.
Hello? Hello?
And let her home. And so, and it talks about basically this being the first and the last. So I think you go bong, 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 bong. There's a quiet melodic chime from all three bells before the discordant voices meet in one powerful rising rush of sound. Seems to fill the whole of the temple, a driving flood of song that drowns all other thoughts. As the tolling fades, you hear a creak from the direction of the doors as the passage to the lower level swings open. Yep, I was right.
Keep an eye out.
Awesome. So, I mean, we solved a completely unnecessary puzzle because we could. And with that, we'll bring this episode to a close. Next time, we'll go down a level and finish this dungeon. Until then, have a great weekend. I will see you next time on the Pillars of Ranternity. And if you have any particular requests for quests I should do next, or what I should tackle next, let me know. I'll be happy to see what I can do. Bye.